Hi everybody, Gert Louw from Cape Town. I've got all this video footage from the past 13 years, since the day that I start my body transformation. And I never really put everything together in one single video to show you, in a year by year fashion, how I progressed, how I went back a little bit, and just document basically the past 13 years of my life. So rather than it go to waste, I want it to be preserved, even if it's just for my kid one day or his grandson to show, wow, there's granddad, check him out, he was the man. So anyway, let me take you on this journey. At age 40, that was when it all started. I had very bad health issues. The doctors wasn't very positive about my future. And I really started hitting it at the gym. I started eating and living very, very healthy. Slowly but surely, things started to change. Age 42, things were looking better already. And then around about 41, 42, I got my boy, my only son. And wow, it changed my life. He's the center of my universe. I love him to bits. We do everything together, even some videos together. And yes, just a couple of photos of me and him living life and loving life. This is me and my wife and kid together. I don't post many pics of that, so enjoy. Okay, back to my transformation. 44. Now that was about the age when I could say I could see some really big changes in my body. My health was also getting better at that stage. In this clip I'm doing a quick flex there it's our back bathroom of our house. Now working out, working out is one of the key factors for any body transformation. You don't going to work out and just diet, you're not going to look good. You might lose the fat, but you're not going to look good. So the training part is key, and you really need to up the intensity. You really need to sweat. You really need to push the limits. That is how you ignite growth. There's no other way. Your body is not going to grow if it doesn't need to grow. It's only going to need to grow when you really push the limits. So I had many hours sweating away at gym. I train about 4 to 5 days a week. I find that sticking to 4 days actually works best for me, but I try to squeeze in a fifth day now and then, simply just for my weak muscle groups. Now I keep the training short at gym. I really don't socialize and mix with other people. Over here, I want to make a note. If there's a single exercise that I would really say changed the biggest change, if there's a single exercise that resulted in the biggest change, it was the wide grip back pull-ups. I really would suggest you to master this move. It was the one that really ignited the growth of my back and my upper body. Now leg training, yes, it's a bit difficult for me because I struggle with my knee. I had already one knee operation. So leg training is slow. I really can't go heavy, but luckily I'm blessed with my legs. My legs is actually my best muscle group. It's got the best shape. And there's very little fat on it, so it usually always looks good even though it's not as big a size as my upper body. This is now at age 46. At age 46, I really broke through a barrier. I was probably at my heaviest ever. I'm quite huge in this particular clip. I think it was about 90 or 91 kilograms, and I'm a 1.75 meter tall guy. So that's quite heavy for the length that I am. I'm a short guy. And my traps, especially in my arms and biceps, are really huge there. My pecs also, it's massive pecs. I'm impressed with my own pecs. I really struggled with my pecs for years, so I worked extremely hard for it. I think the thing that really changed my growth of my pecs was when I started doing really heavy incline bench presses. I used to only do flat bench presses, but everything changed when I started doing incline bench presses. That's when you start developing more the upper side of the pec, and that makes the pec look much fuller. A lot of guys has got lower pecs and they stand out nicely, but it's the flat looking upper size that they got to the pec muscle. So as soon as you develop the upper pec muscle, then the whole pec becomes more rounded and more pronounced. This is me just flexing on my way to fetch my kid at school. I drive a beautiful road every day. There I'm quickly in the bathroom doing some leg flexing. I'm proud of my legs. I just wish I could train them harder. Imagine those wheels, if they were bigger in size. It would be really, really impressive. But they're cut. I've got no body fat on them, especially on my calves. I've got zero body fat there, and they got nice veins as well on my calves and my legs. So yeah, let me count my blessings. This is at Pearly Beach. We've got a small cottage there, and now and then we're going to go away, me, wife and kids, and I'm pretty sure this is after a glass of wine in the evening, because it's very lazy flexing there. It's like I really want to get to bed. I don't know what I'm doing there. Alright, let's move on to the next clip. This is round about, I say, age 48. I've got good size again there, slightly higher body fats. It's one of those weekends again we were away. We regularly go away, me, wife and kids. This is another weekend away. That is at Citrusdal, at the warm water spa in the mountains, and that's a honey room suite. I'm pretty sure of it. It's back at me at the house, flexing at 48. I like my shape that I've got there. It's not as bulky as the shape that I got at age 46. It's a much more aesthetic looking shape. Everything starts to fit a little bit better together. So there I'm playing guitar with my abs, nice, like it. Okay, putting on my favorite shirt. I wear this particular shirt when I want to impress people with my muscles. Oh, that sounds bad. I wear this particular shirt when I want to show off a bit of muscle. The 3 is not standing for anything. I just bought it because I liked it. Right. There, me flexing at the backyard of a house. Now this is when I believe I had a tremendous aesthetic shape. If you look at everything, I'm very low body fats, and the abs, the pecs, the arms, the shoulders, the traps, everything is in a nice proportion and a nice symmetrical look. So I dropped some of that big size that I had at age 46 and converted it into a much better balanced look. So I was very happy with my condition at that point in time. This is a beautiful day in Cape Town at the backyard with the swimming pool. Okay, let's move on to this one. This is now age 50. I'm going to do a nice photo shoot with a very professional photographer, a physique photographer. So he said I must go for this waxing. I didn't know about this waxing, but okay, let's do what the photographer says. So I went for a pretty much full body wax, everything, and it wasn't that sore. Everybody said, it's gonna be so sore, and I said, no, it really wasn't that sore. This is the morning of the shoot. It's probably my second best shape ever. Everything is really very balanced, very aesthetic looking. I was very pleased with myself. It's at age 50, there's not a lot of guys that can say that they've reached this shape at age 50. So I was flexing quickly before the shoot. There's going to be some more footage there of me flexing before the shoot, and then we went out. It was a 2-day shoot. We did it in a studio and at a house, and then at the beach. The photographer was Adrian Fourie. It's one of the top physique photographers in Cape Town, or South Africa for that matter. And I worked very, very, very hard to get low body fat. This is where your diet really comes into play. Luckily, I'm well sorted with the diet, but even when I'm sorted with the diet, it takes a lot of effort. When you're in your cutting phase and you really want to get low in body fat, you can't drink any alcohol, and you really need to be 100% dedicated to your diet routine. You can't sidestep it 1 inch. showing off some legs again there. I love the shape of the bicep here. It's a nice baseball look to it, nice rounded. Probably my best bicep shape that I ever had. After this it went down slightly. Hey, the man. Okay, here's some photos of the actual shoot that the photographer took, Adrian Fourie. It was a nice experience. I like the guy. We clicked nicely, so he did a good job. It was very cold that day. Actually, I really struggled. He wanted me to get into the sea in the water, and I just said no ways. I'm not going to do that. Okay, now this is after the age of 50. We're talking probably around about 51 year, and you can see I've added again bulk. I hate to stay too long at the low body fat, so I'm always so happy when I stop my cutting and go into the building phase, where it's a bit more relaxed. I can drink a little bit more my glass of red wine at night if I want to. I can eat more, you know, and if you go and eat out, I'm a bit more relaxed and so on. So yes, I'm picking up more body fat, but I don't think it looks necessarily bad. You're not as ripped, and the abs is not as cut, you know, but overall, you know, you still look very impressive and it still looks great. So it's good for your health, you know. I prefer to be at rather a 9 to 11% body fat, purely for health reasons, especially on the kidneys and the liver. It is less pressure when you're at a slightly higher body fat. These low body fats are 4, 5, 6%. That's not good to stay at a long period. It's not good for your body. Okay, going on 52 year. It's again us going away to Pearly Beach. It's quite a bit of footage I actually took here at Pearly Beach. We were there about a month over December holidays. And when I'm at Pearly Beach, I usually go to the local gym there. I'll show some footage now where I'm actually training at the local gym. I'm very relaxed, obviously, you know, when I'm away at Pearly Beach. So, you know, what do? You put up your camera and take some footage. Yeah, we've got a water tank there. The whole Western Cape, pretty much the biggest part of South Africa, is in an incredible drought right now. In Cape Town now, we're not even allowed to bath or tap water into the swimming pool. The swimming pool is covered. We strike from many. We can't like even water our garden at this point in time, and they say it's even going to get stricter. They only got water, I think, to March 2018, and the rainy season is over in Cape Town. So it's a really big problem we've got over here. There's me flexing the legs again. I'm at slightly bigger body fat levels there, so you can see it also added some size to my legs. It's not so much from training, because I can't train the legs really hard. It is purely because I'm eating more protein and carbs. Then the muscle also adds. That's natural. That's how the body works. Right, this is now where I'm at the local gym in Gansbaai. I actually like these small town gyms, you know, they don't have the equipment, which is a bit of a hassle, but you know, they're intimate, they're small, it's just nice to train there. You just got this feeling that this is not where the weirdos hang out, this is where the hardcore guys hangs out. So obviously there they didn't have some nice pec workout machines or a rack where I could do some nice bench presses. So I resorted to push-ups, which is actually a very good stimulator for the pec muscles and the shoulders and the triceps. Yeah, and obviously I had to do a little bit of flexing. first check if there's no people around. I hate to flex when there's people watching me. That's probably why I never entered the show, because I feel so uncomfortable doing any kind of flexing in front of a lot of people while they're watching. I don't care if they watch over internet. That's something different. I don't see it. But when I have to stand there and I see physically how people look at me while I'm flexing, hey, I can't take it. I hate it. Now this is back at our house at Pearly Beach. I put up a tent there in our yard. We've got a nice big yard with nice trees and stuff for our kiddie, so that he and his nephew could sleep in the tent. And you can see there, this is at the end of the holiday. My body fat is high there. You can hardly see my abs, but I'm in a good mood and I just wanted to flex. Yeah, the man. Okay, this is just in the garage there, flexing. Lighting is a bit bad. Doing most muscular pose there. This is me flexing next to my car. I love cars. I had a STI, Subaru STI, and I had it for long, man. And I love driving it. But I'm over 50 now, so let's get grown up here. So I bought a Subaru Outback. Now I bought the 3.6 liter petrol version. It's 190 kilowatt, and man, it growls amazingly, and it sits on the road. It's not much far off from the STI that I had, so I just love my Subarus. Okay, this is back in Cape Town, working out at Virgin Active Parklands in the locker room. Quickly some leg flexing, taking off my shirt there. You could see I'm big there. It's a lot of body fat. I was working out very hard. You could see my traps is really impressive, my shoulders and my arms. That's a signature of mine when I really start pushing limits. Those muscles, the shoulder, the traps and the arms, they're really popping out and become actually too big, I want to say, because it distracts from my overall aesthetic look. It's not balanced. But I'm not complaining. It's a nice when I look like that. Everybody really respects you. The guys don't, they're like very nice to you. But I actually stopped gymming at that gym because it's just a too busy gym, and I don't want to fight every time for my machine. So I'm back at Virgin Active in Tableview. Now this is close to my 52nd birthday. Me flexing at the backyard of my home. I'm struggling with my flexing and poses. Me and my ex-training partner, I'm training alone. I'm not training with training partners anymore. He and me, we decided we need to really go to get some, training on how to pose or flex really professionally. And we never got around doing it. Yeah, I'm scratching my head. I don't know what kind of pose I'm going to do next. So my posing sucks, you would see it's just all arm flexes or ab flexes or some leg flexes, and that's pretty much about it. This is me in again the Virgin Active in Parklands, flexing there in a small room. I closed the door and somebody came in and busted me. It's a local guy, I know him, he was very friendly, so we were just chatting there. A bit higher body fat there. You could see the abs is not showing very nicely. Luckily I'm not a guy that pick up body fat too easily. I must really eat a lot of food before my fat starts adding on. Back at Pearly Beach, doing some flexing there in the backyards. Okay, now we're very close to age 52. I think this is a month or so before, a month or two before age 52. And my shape was really start getting good. I've lost a lot of size here, as you can see. I was still training very, very good, but I was entering seriously into my cutting phase. to bring down the body fat levels. And you would see over the years, I go up, I go down. There's injuries, there's sickness and things like that, so it's not an even path. But overall, every year I went like this, I went up. And that is what happens when you keep staying dedicated. If you're sick, you don't go to gym, but when you're healthy again, you go back to gym. When you're injured, you don't go to gym, or you train around that. You just don't train the injured muscle. But the moment that you stop altogether for a significant amount of time, then things just start falling apart. You need to be consistent in your training to really move forward. There's nobody in the locker room, which doesn't happen a lot, because it's quite big, busy gyms. But then I quickly take off my shirt and I would put up my camera just with a device there on the cupboard and do some flexing. Yeah, I'm trying pep poppers. Oh my word, brother. Okay, please don't rate me on this. I really can't do pep poppers, and my kid wants me to do it. And I've been training to do it, but it's not working. I traditionally have basically my back is where the fat really resorts in my body. When I cut down, my arms, my fronts, my abs, my legs, very low body fat, but I have to go below 6% to get rid of the fat on my back. That is the last place that fat lives, and I don't want to go that low because it's not healthy. So my back is never ever that absolute shredded. I had to do some fine editing. I lifted up the towel a little bit too high. But yeah, okay, this is at age 52. This is when my wife decided she's going to do the photo shoot for me. She's actually quite a keen photographer. We had a nice day. We went out around Cape Town, Camps Bay, Hout Bay, and areas surrounding that. This is at Camps Bay. My wife took a short video. I'll put up actually a couple of clips just after that, so you can see some of the actual photos that she took. Stunning day. Right, now the next few clips, this is, in my opinion, what I would say my best shredded shape ever. This is tops. If you look at the overall shape, there's no particular muscle that's overtly developed. Everything is nicely in balance, and the body fat is nice and low, so that you can see the shape of every muscle. And this is at age 52. This was at actually just round about my birthday, my 52nd birthday. So I was very glad. I was very blessed, and every night I said thank you to God, for allowing me to be able to reach this in my life. It's something I always dreamed of and really wanted to do, and I really struggled to do it. And eventually I got my act together. I've developed a system which I also sell over the internet. So the same system that I applied through all these years. The system is an extensive system. It's nearly 100 pages where I teach you in a blueprint how to avoid all the mistakes, the common mistakes that people make, because this is the reason why my body has never responded in the past. But the moment that I got my act together, I really applied scientific principles, then I started to grow. Okay, well, here you see me in a speedo. Now this is never ever going to happen again, because I don't do speedos. But I started swimming at the gym for a while, and this was after one time that I swim. I thought, let me quickly do a flexing speedo. So this is a once-off. It's not going to happen again. So anyway, back to my coaching. So if you're interested, I'll put the link up on the screen. Then you can get hold of my program. I also customized it for you, so I look at your goals, your body type and things like that, and then work that into the program. So just follow the link if you're interested. Now, yeah, this is my best pieces of flexing ever. This is just after the age of 52, and I don't think I've ever looked better than that in my life. I was really impressed with my look there. I never dreamed it to be possible, so it just feels good, to reach something that, exceeds your dreams by such a great deal. And yes, the whole healthy living has done tremendous things for my life, for my health. It really turned around my health. I'm still having health problems, I'm not over it. I can't get over it because there's some real damage to my kidneys and my liver, But because of my healthy living, it is just so much better. Yeah. Excuse me, I love to show off the apps over internet, not in real life. When I'm at the beach, I hardly take off my shirt. Wife always complains about it, but that's just who I am. So at least you can see me flexing on the internet. You see, yeah, my biceps is not as big as it was in the past, but simply because it's better formed. It looks more impressive. Again, the fat still sticks on the back. I'm here at probably about, I would say, 7% body fat. I don't think I actually did measurements, but if I have to guess, it's between 6 and 8%. Oh, I like this shot. It just looks so cool. Nice. This is classic. Most of the times you will see me wearing a cross around my neck. My faith is very important to me. It has really carried me through all these hard times with my health and everything. Right, now the bad news. We all get dealt a hand of cards in life, and unfortunately at the age of 53, it was beginning of this year, in January 2017, I visited Pearly Beach again. I drank either dirty water or ate dirty food. We don't know where and when and how, but I contracted hepatitis A. Now this was on top of complications that I already have with my liver and my kidneys. So I ended up at the end of January in hospital for a long time with near complete liver failure. I was at the point of death. Everybody thought I was going to die, me included, and I actually already said goodbye to my wife and my son. But by God's grace, I slowly pulled through, and the next 3-4 months was a very difficult process of healing and recovering, because the liver, when it get down to such a bad state, it doesn't recover quickly. And unfortunately, at about month 5, I started to do a couple of training sessions again, which I found very difficult. And that was the worst decision I could have made, because my body couldn't handle it. And because of the pressure that I was applying to the body, the liver again fell back, and I ended up again in hospital, again with near complete liver failure. So I was nearly, I think, a month or a little bit more than a month in hospital this year, and I'm now on the road to recovery, but my doctor has striked me from training. I'm not allowed to go close to a gym until my liver values is not 100% correct. And this looks like that will only happen in sometime in 2018. So basically for a year I haven't been able to gym effectively. That's bad, really, because that was like such a big part of my life. Luckily, I maintained to keep most of my size. I didn't lose too much size. And the muscle memory will definitely help, when you get back to gym, once you had such a good shape, you will get back to that shape much quicker than a guy starting out afresh. But this gives me more time to spent, helping people over the internet, doing some coaching over the internet. So I'm working hard in helping a lot of people with my systems. And I'm doing more things with family and kids. Me and kid has bought a drone. We're going to do some drone flying and 4K video footage that we do with the drone. He really enjoys it, me too. And just do some other fun stuff, visiting places, and investing time in the family. And when I get back to gym, I'll be sure to let everybody know, and I'll make a new set of videos, for people that has gone through troubled times in their life and now must pick up the pieces and, trying to get back to where they were, especially physically. So yes, let's move forward. Life goes on. You don't look back, I've been there. I know what I'm doing. So I will get there once again. Meantime, I'll make some videos entertaining you, and if there's any particular subject you want me to make a video about, please just put a comment on the video, and I will really try in the future to do that for you. Okay, everybody, this is me, Gert Louw, signing off from Cape Town. Train hard, and please do a set for me. Think about me when you're doing that. Cheers, man. Gert.